In a market defined by uncertainty, where every second counts, one opportunity can change everything. Are you ready to make your move? The time is now! Welcome to the Dream is Real podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to The Dream is Real. This is the place if you're looking to buy, sell, invest, or advance your career in New York real estate. Before we get started, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Don't want you to miss a thing as we keep bringing you great episodes. Hopefully, what we're doing is bringing you value. And speaking of value, your countertops in your house may quite be one of the main factors in a home's resale value. Our guest today helps Long Islanders get that right. I want to introduce Jared Barry, branch manager at UMI Stone's Farmingdale location. Jared, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Really happy to be here. I love watching the show, so to be able to sit here with you and be a part of it, love being able to help people. So thanks for having me here.
Very cool, very cool. Thank you very much. So you have 15 plus years in the building and materials industry, correct?
Yep.
And then you run one of UMI's top branches. You're located right in Farmingdale?
Right in Farmingdale, right behind Adventureland off of Route 110.
All things stone surfaces?
Yeah, essentially any surfacing that you'd put in your house, countertops, wall panels, fireplace surrounds. We have all different type of stone products for all those different applications.
All right, we're going to get into that, but I need some help, okay? My fantasy football team did terrible, and I understand that you are, I'm 2 years in a row terrible. After winning the championship, I don't know what happened. I'm just choosing wrong. So you were host of fantasy football podcast, right?
I was, yeah.
And you said it offline. I'm gonna. You're in just a few leagues. Correct?
Yeah, only I think I got it down to 22 last year.
22. I'm in two. How do you manage 22?
It's tough. I will say that, like, I'll give the caveat that half of them are best ball leagues, so like you just draft it and then they kind of like you don't have to set your lineup and you don't have to manage the team.
Yeah, but that leaves you with 11. So I mean.
Yeah. What happened was when I was in the industry, there's a lot of really cool like charity tournaments and stuff like that. Scott Fishbowl being one that's like, you know, hundreds of thousands of people that participate, and it's all for a great cause. They raise money. So like every year now, even though I'm not doing the podcast, like people still reach out to me every year for all these things that I'm in. And it's like, hey, do you want to be in this charity tournament, that charity tournament? And how do you say no, right? So I want to contribute to the charity, and then I draft a team, and most of them do well.
All right. So what's the one pickup in the draft I need to go for this year?
It's too early to tell. We didn't even have the rookie draft yet. I will say that the Raiders have been improving their line, their offense. So somebody like Aston Genty, who came out last year and had a lot of hype to him last year. He underperformed a little bit last year, but I think he'll rise this year.
Okay. All right. Well, I will put that in my back pocket for sure. And the fact that you can manage 22 different teams, chances are you can help manage some projects as well. So I think that's a good plug for UMI. But let's talk a little bit about everything that is stone. Stone being a very big part, again, as we said at the outset here, of a home's resale value. Give us a sense of some of the surfaces. You hit on it a little bit, but where is UMI really shining?
So UMI is one of the largest luxury stone suppliers on the East Coast. We have 22 locations from Florida up to New England, and we specialize in all different sorts of stones. So we have natural stone like marbles and quartzite. We have a great quartz brand called Vico Stone. That's one of the top quartz brands in the world. We have a 100% Italian porcelain called Infinity. It's a top quality porcelain brand. I was meeting with one of the fabricators a couple weeks ago, and she said to me, you know, you guys are the only ones out here that have a top of the line quartz, a top of the line natural stone selection, and a top of the line porcelain. There's a lot of really good companies on Long Island that do some of it, but us being UMI, having, you know, the ability that we do, being the size of a company that we are and the level of a company we are, like we're able to specialize in all the top quality of all the different surfacing options, but yet still be at an affordable price point for the homeowner, for the fabricators. And that's kind of been our specialty, where like we're kind of the one-stop shop out here that everyone, designers, kitchen dealers, fabricators, they're comfortable sending their customers to us because they know they'll get good quality, good selection at a good price.
Well, that's a combo that I think you want with any project. How give us some factors for quality in stone. I mean, I don't know if aesthetically sometimes you can tell the difference, but maybe you can. What are some things when you say top quality stone? What are some factors to that?
Well, on the natural stone side of things, there are different grades, right? When it comes from the quarry, when they cut it from the quarry, there are different grades of stone where they might have different imperfections in them, or, you know, this had a crack in it and they filled it with glue and it's more fill lines. And that happens all the time. Like, there's fill in natural stone that fabricators work around. But the level of the quality of stone will have less fill or less surface imperfections. When it comes to our quartz, our top of the line quartz is all made on Breton machines and Breton technology, which is like the top quality quartz production techniques. And also you could tell by the clarity of the stone, right? The more that it looks like a natural stone versus some of the cheaper quartz that have like cloudiness to it and, you know, just not as much quartz content. It doesn't shine as much. It doesn't look as natural. So stuff like that is to the naked eye, to the uneducated, you might not know it, but you could walk into a house and say, all right, this looks like a cheap product. This looks like a fake marble, right? Whereas like you want something, especially when you talk about the value of your home in real estate and resale of a home, right? You want a buyer to walk into the kitchen and go, wow, this is a beautiful kitchen. And the first thing that catches your eye is usually the surfacing.
Right, I would agree with that. And I think sometimes too that we're drawn to something not knowing why. So if you may not know why a particular, that's why I want to ask the question, why a particular stone catches you versus just another countertop somewhere else.
Yep.
But you say that there are factors in clarity and
yeah, and then even just the type of stone, right? Like we sell all different things. We still have people that love their granite, right? And I think that granite itself it's grown a lot. Like I always make the comparison of granite with country music, right? Like old school granite, which I call grandma granite, is the old speckly granite, right? And then I think of old school country music that's, right. You know, I'm sitting on the porch in my rocking chair and my horse just left me and I'm drinking my whiskey, right? But now you look at how country music's evolved, right? It's storytelling and it's more, you know, almost like a R&B type of music. And granite's still the same.
There has been an evolution for sure.
Yeah, and I look at granite the same way. There's some beautiful granites now, and it still has the same qualities. It has the same hardness level, ability to hold heat. So there are nicer looking granites. So people think of granite and they think of the speckly grandma granite, but granite has evolved. And I'll say the same thing for quartz, right? Quartz used to be a surface that's white with a gray vein, right? They made all the quartz to look like marble. And it white with a gray vein. And I talked to the designers in the market and they're sick of it. They're tired of that fake looking marble. And where quartz has evolved as a company like ours with our Vico Stone product, we've started to mimic more quartzite looks, right? With some more depth to it. And it looks like a beautiful natural stone that has different depth layers, different colors in it. And to your point, when you walk into the kitchen, you're drawn to it because it doesn't look like this fake countertop or a wannabe marble, right? It just looks like a beautiful surface.
Hey, if you're going to invest in stone, you want to make sure that when somebody walks in, they know for darn sure that that is a legitimate piece of stone.
Yep, exactly,
right?
exactly.
So let's talk a little bit about stone selection because let's be honest. Chances are you're going to do the kitchen one time, hopefully, unless there's an issue. So for the homeowner that is considering redoing the kitchen, what are some factors between the stones that would be key to making the decision? Maybe we can compare some of them, like a granite versus marble versus a porcelain.
Yeah, so when you talk about like the durability of it, right? There's different things. We use the Mohs scale of hardness, which is graded on a scale of 1 to 10 for the hardness of the stone itself. So a diamond is a 10 on the Mohs scale. Granite is an 8 on the Mohs scale. Quartzite is usually around a 7 or an 8 on the Mohs scale. A marble is usually more like a 5 or a 6. So when you talk about the hardness of the stone, it talks about how many things can scratch it. How many things can actually, like, if you run this across it, is it going to scratch? So it talks about that. But then you talk about quartz versus natural stone. Natural stone is all porous by nature. So you have to seal it, otherwise you run the risk of it staining or etching. Right. Whereas with quartz, it's a man-made product, it's non-porous by nature. So you don't have to seal it and reseal it. Now that being said, people get afraid by that and they shy away from natural because, I don't want to reseal it, because they think, we need these giant polishing heads.
But it's a relatively
easy process.
Easy process.
Yeah,
right?
You can watch a YouTube video, get a spray and white product, and still reseal your countertop and protect it. But you do have to kind of be more mindful of cleaning it. Whereas, like with a quartz surface, if you spill some sauce on it and leave it for a couple days, you still soap and water and it goes. Whereas it could absorb into a countertop that maybe is a natural stone that hadn't been sealed in a while. So you do still run that risk a little bit. As long as you're properly maintaining your countertop, you can use anything.
Have you seen any trends over the course of the past couple of years where maybe the market has moved from one stone to another?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that right now there's been a big shift towards natural stone in the past year. We used to probably be more of like a 70-30 quartz to natural stone on Long Island. Now I'm seeing it shift more to like a 55-45 to the natural side of things. And I think a big part of that is the emergence of Taj Mahal, or the re-emergence of Taj Mahal. It's a type of quartzite. I don't know if it hit TikTok or what, but like all of a sudden that's been the rage. And it's a product that's been around forever.
What exactly is that?
It's a type of quartzite. So it's quarried in Brazil. It's a beautiful quartzite. It has like a beige tan look to it. I'm sure you've seen it on HGTV, but it's literally all the rage now, and everybody comes in looking for Taj Mahal. And it's a beautiful, timeless stone. It's a natural quartzite. Been around for a long time, but right now it seems like that's the go-to. If we have 20 customers come in on a Saturday, 8 to 10 of them are coming in to look at Taj Mahal right now. So really? I think that's been part of that shift towards natural.
Got it. And is that something that's been around for a while?
It has. The quarry and the mountain's been around for a long time, and it did have...
Mountains usually stick around for a while.
For a while, right?
Yeah. So, was there anything in the market that, maybe you mentioned it, but is there anything that popped, that it was just maybe...
It had to be social media. It had to be, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, that everybody's putting it out there. And look, it's a beautiful stone, so I can understand why. And it has that that beigey, taupey, warm feel to it, which the warm tones and warm colors have been in for a couple years. So it's fit the design aesthetic.
Right. So maybe recent aesthetics and the warm tones that people are seeming to gravitate to versus maybe some of the cool, maybe.
And it's timeless. It's timeless, right? So when you talk about resale value again, right? If you're going with the big, bold green because you love that, that might work for you, but that might not work for your prospective buyer down the line.
Right. And kitchens versus bathrooms versus other parts of the home, are you seeing the trend stay the same, or?
Yeah, with bathrooms, we've been doing a lot of porcelain on the vertical applications. So if you talk about like shower surrounds and stuff like that in the bathroom, whereas everyone used to do tile, now they're leaning towards our porcelain slab. So it's a full slab. It's 63 by 126, so it's a big slab that can go on the whole wall. Now you're not worried about grout lines, right? You can meet it at the seam with a book match and make it look really nice. So that's something where like people are using that in the shower surround application to give that beautiful, it looks like natural stone on the wall. And again, like no grout lines, no scrubbing in between the tiles. So that's been a nice trend I've seen in the bathroom side.
What stone do you feel is the easiest to care for?
I think quartz is still the easiest for maintenance, especially in a busy kitchen. You find the homeowners that come in that, have a bunch of kids in the house, active kitchen, they like to cook. They always still lean towards quartz just for the fact that I mentioned before that it's a non-porous material that soap and water can clean anything that spills on the countertop. So it's more of a peace of mind thing. And then again, like quartz like ours is very natural looking. So you kind of get that durability of quartz while you get that beautiful look of a natural.
All right, what's the bougiest stone out there right now?
I think it's still going to be Cristallo. Cristallo is like the Rolls Royce of quartzite. There's also some Calicata marbles like the Viola that's really beautiful and up there on the marble side of things. But I've always looked at Cristallo as like it's a sparkly, clear white. Like you could backlight it from the back. It looks really cool, like in a bar front, like with the backlight on it. So I still say Cristallo's is that.
Cristallo, okay.
Yeah.
And what stone do you think? What stone upgrades in the home? Maybe something unexpected that you feel like would give sellers a really good return.
I think the thing now that I'm seeing a lot of that makes the kitchen look beautiful is running the stone up the backsplash. Right? They used to do a stone countertop and then break it with a tile backsplash. The white subway tiles are kind of going away now, and I'm seeing a lot more people run the stone up the backsplash for a continuous look. And then for me, like when I watch HGTV with my wife and they go into the kitchen, that's what I notice because it's on that horizontal. It's on the horizontal for the countertop, but then it goes up onto the vertical application. So when you walk in, you're seeing that in front of you. You're seeing it on the surface, and you're seeing it right to your eye's path. So I think it's giving that luxury look of your kitchen by not just having to look at the countertop, you're seeing it running up the backsplash.
So do you think it's the continuity of the stone, or the uniformity that really like seals that look?
Yeah, and that you're not having, you're not walking in eye level to a white subway tile. You're walking into a beautiful veined marble or quartz or quartzite. And I think that, you asked before, what if a homeowner coming in, what do they need to know? That's where I think we do it really well, is that our process at our showroom, we have inside sales reps that are design focused. So if a customer comes in and goes, I'm redoing my kitchen, I'm redoing my countertop, what do? I don't know what I'm doing. It's all so overwhelming.
Because
we guide them.
There is a lot of anxiety sometimes because of, obviously it's not a final decision, but it really could be, Again, how many times are you going to replace the stone?
Exactly, and it's definitely nerve-wracking for them because it's such a big decision, and that's where our team will walk with them through the stone yard.
Yeah,
we'll
walk
ask
us
them,
through that, like how your team will set at ease, because if you're here on Long Island, and we're not just talking about homeowners, right? You would work alongside designers, real estate professionals. So give us a sense of what the experience is like in the UMI showroom.
Yeah, so a customer walks in, they sign in at our kiosk, they're greeted by one of our inside team, and they come out and they ask basic questions first, right? How do you hear about us? Who sent you here? Who are you working with? And then it's getting to know them. What are you looking for? Okay, I'm here for a countertop for my kitchen. Okay, what color are your cabinets, right? What is important to you? Is it durability? Is it look, right? So now we're understanding what they're looking for without them even understanding what they're looking for, right? We'll take them out, we'll show them around. Okay, you're looking for something in the beige family, right? So here we have this that goes with that, and they might have their sample of their cabinet door or something, the tile that they bring with them. So we'll go around and we'll walk with them and we'll ask them, we'll show them some ideas. What do you like? Do you like this one? They put, oh yeah, that'll go well, right? And then we're noting their selections down. And when they ask questions like, oh, how is this gonna hold up? Can I put my hot pot on this? We're there to answer the questions. We're there to be their guide. Then at the end of the visit, we'll send them a recap of their selections. We'll review it with them, and then we'll email them a recap of what they picked. It'll have a link to our website that'll give them a live slab image of a lot of that particular stone, so they could reference it when they go home. Oh, what was that one? They can click it, go right to our website and see it. And then we'll send the pricing to their fabricator. They'll get priced out on their options. And if they ever need to come back, there's no limit. They come back. We've had people come back 6, 7, 8 times. It's a tough decision, to your point. So we're happy to help guide them through it.
That seems like a much better experience than somebody would get in the bigger box stores, where you're wandering around and you may get somebody who was wandering around too from plumbing, and now you're asking them about stone. They're getting somebody. It seems like you mitigate that.
Yeah, and even, I've heard horror stories where, a customer will walk into another stone yard and they'll be like, okay, yeah, look around, take some pictures. If you like anything, let me know. And they go out there and I don't know what I'm looking for, right? So we really pride ourselves in being a part of that process for them, helping the homeowner feel at ease and just, we're the experts in the field, and we want to be able to educate them on it. We want to be able to provide that service to them.
You talked about being able to put hot items on surfaces. Not all stones are created equal in the way of that as well. There are certain stones, right, that you can actually iron on, and then there are some that you don't want.
Right, and that's the one thing I talked about, quartz being the go-to for the busy household that, wants the stain resistance, but you can't put a hot pot directly on a quartz countertop. So a quartz can only withstand about 300 degrees of heat, and if you put a hot pot directly on a quartz, it could burn it, it could crack it. So that thermal shock is something that we always tell people, if that's what you're used to because you've been doing it with your granite countertop, you can't do that with quartz. I mean, workaround, right? Put a trivet down, put your pot on the trivet.
Right.
But we always have to educate them on that.
Right. What is a durable stone for that? If you say, hey, I want, for instance, I think I know the answer because in my laundry room, I had a stone top put down, and I wanted one that you could actually iron on.
Yep.
So what stones would be good for something like that?
Granites have always been the go-to for that, but now I always recommend porcelain for any heat surface. You
For heat surface,
Yep.
okay.
So porcelain you could literally light on fire.
We don't recommend it.
We don't recommend it, but yeah, porcelain could withstand a lot, and it's also indoor-outdoor. So when we talk about like outdoor countertops for a barbecue application, I actually have a fabricator doing a job now, 16 slabs of our porcelain that's going all around the jacuzzi surround, that they're putting it around the jacuzzi, around the area, like in the surround of the jacuzzi. So it's good for exterior because it could withstand the UV rays as well, and the heat and the temperature fluctuation. So it's a great product that's pretty universal.
Right. Are you seeing an influx of porcelain in the use of porcelain over the past few years?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it used to just be like an occasional wall panel or shower surround, and I think as people get more comfortable with it, still not the preferred choice for a countertop. But for vertical applications, again, outdoor applications, it's becoming a lot more popular because people are becoming more comfortable and learning more about its qualities.
So fabricator to homeowner, that whole pipeline, give us a sense of how a slab goes from the quarry to the showroom to the kitchen.
It's a really cool process, actually. So like UMI has a team of people that live and work in Brazil. So like they go to the quarries every day to source our material. The president of our company goes on buying trips with our director of procurement all the time. So we're going to the quarries, we're selecting blocks of stone that, nope, that one's not good. Oh, that's a beautiful one, we'll take that one, right? And we're selecting our blocks and making sure we're bringing beautiful stone to the market.
So this isn't just we'll see what comes in. You've got boots on the ground, so to speak, saying this is what we want, this is not what we want. So by the time it gets to the homeowner, they know that somewhere someone who found value and handpicked this particular stone.
Exactly. We're selecting those blocks. They're turning them into slabs. We're getting slabs at our showrooms. We're putting the slabs up in the showroom. Homeowner comes, yes, I love this one. This is beautiful. This is the one I want. We tag it for them. We let the fabricator know. Fabricator says, okay, Mrs. Smith's job is ready. We'll take those 2 slabs now. We send it to their shop. They do the layout with them. They template the home. They turn it into their countertops and install it. So literally quarry to homeowner's house. It's a really cool process. And then when it gets to builders and custom builders and even cut to size projects, we have the capability of doing that for them too. So we've really done well in the commercial field as well.
Got it. So what differences would you say happen with a commercial installation versus residential?
Planning, because when you look at something on the scale of a commercial project, it could be 300 slabs, 500 slabs, right? And if it's something that's not planned properly, then anybody, even the biggest distributors, aren't going to have all that in Farmingdale, right? So if we're planning it out and somebody comes to me and says, hey, I'm working on this project in Ronkonkoma, it's going to be 400 slabs of this Vico stone color, can you help me with this? So of course, first is getting the price right to meet it. And then it's planning it. Okay, when are you going to need the material? What's your pull schedule look like? How many will you be taking at a time? So that I could prepare with my team on making sure that we have it available, right? If you need 10 next week and then 30 the week after and 50 the week after that, I got to make sure that our pipeline is bringing that in locally so we're not holding up your project.
Sure. And is there a factor in cases like that where you're wanting to make sure that the stone is consistent throughout the project.
Yeah, absolutely. And when it comes to natural stone, obviously we have to make them aware that every block is different, every lot is different. But especially with our quartz, like that's one thing that we love about our Vico stone. It's all made in one place, all made on the Breton machinery, Breton technology. There are other quartz brands that have, 12 different production facilities, and consistency is a question, right? Whereas we know the consistency of our product, so it gives us the peace of mind, gives the builder a peace of mind that if it's a 300 slab project, they're gonna look like this.
Got it. So what's your favorite stone?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. That's like asking who's your favorite kid.
Yeah.
From a personal standpoint,
your kitchen. What are you putting in?
ooh, my kitchen or my bar, right? Because my favorite stone, right? If you look at my favorite stone, there's beautiful like Belvedere leathered. That's like a black stone that has a leather texture finish and it has like white and brown in the veins. Like if I was building a bar, I'd be using Belvedere leather. Like it just looks so cool.
What gives it that leather?
Just the finishing technique of it, right? So instead of just polishing the face of it, they apply different finishing techniques to give it a leathered finish. There's honed finish, there's river washed finish, there's a bunch of different finishes. So like the leathered finish is cool, like textured, you can feel it. So like if I'm building like this edgy bar in my man cave that I don't have, like that would be the stone that I would want to use.
All right, well, what about kitchen?
For my kitchen, again, like I'd always, just the practicality of myself, like I'd want something that will hold the test of time, right? And I love natural stone, so I think depending on the color of your cabinets and the aesthetic of your kitchen, like that's gonna make your decision. If you want warm and creamy, something like a Taj Mahal on the natural side. But for me, again, I have an active house. I have 2 young kids and we cook at the house. So like the peace of mind of quartz is beneficial. And like on my Vico Stone line, I would love the either Nuvolado or Costa Nova. Those are 2 colors that have that real natural look, and those would be one of the 2 that I'd probably go with, just for the durability standpoint, but they still look beautiful.
And dream kitchen project, what are you building? No budget's not a thing. What are you building?
All the room in the world?
All the room in the world, just go for it.
All right, I'm gonna do a double island with waterfall edges. Right, so I'm gonna have
double island waterfall edges.
If I have all the room in the
that's a
world,
thing?
yeah. So like, and I've seen it in a project. Somebody just used that Vico Stone Roxana on a beautiful 2 islands, both with waterfall edges. They ran it around the perimeter, ran it up the backsplash of the stove area. It looked gorgeous. So like, I think of that when I think of what I'd want for my dream kitchen. Stone aside, like I need storage. So like I'd have a nice walk-in pantry. I'd have like probably a little butler's pantry that I can keep the appliances and stuff that they're not blocking my stone.
Right. No air fryer in the middle of everything.
Exactly,
Yeah,
right. It's taken away from the beauty of the stone. And like if you walk into a house and you can kind of tuck that into a little butler's pantry, then you can still use it, take it out, use it in there, still practical, but it doesn't take away from the aesthetic of the kitchen.
Stone makes everything more beautiful.
It does. It does.
I can tell that you're passionate about it. How can the audience get in touch with you and your team and take advantage of everything that UMI offers?
So we have an incredible website. Our marketing team is the best in the business. Like I love our marketing team. I've worked for a lot of different companies, and this team works super hard. They've developed an amazing website, umistone.com. On that website, you could see all of our different products. It'll take you to a landing page for each product. You could look at each individual color, especially when you look at like the porcelain or the quartz. You can go into the color, you could see a full slab picture, a close-up picture, some install pictures to see what it looks like in a kitchen. On the natural side of things, we have a live inventory, so you can click into live inventory, see lot photos of everything that we have in our stock in all of our locations. It's updated all the time, so it's literally a live inventory. So the website is a great tool, but wherever you are, there's a UMI location on the East Coast. So we're in Farmingdale, we're here on Long Island. Like I said, we're at 3 Dubon Court, right behind Adventureland. So you're welcome to come down. No appointments needed. We're open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, 9 to 2 on Saturdays as well. If you do need more time or you want to set something up with something specific to see, welcome to give us a call and set up an appointment. But obviously everyone's schedule is busy, so we don't turn people down if they don't have an appointment. We're happy to help.
Awesome. They just go to umistone.com, get all the information for the business. So,
Yep.
Jared, fantastic episode. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you as well for tuning in. This is the Dream is Real podcast. If you want to follow us on Instagram and TikTok, it's at Dream Select Realty. On X, it's at Dream Select Home. If you want to be part of the program, send us an email at hometeam@dreamselectrealty.com. Like, share, subscribe. We will see you next time. And just remember, the dream is real.